reverse mortgages are a product that is relatively new on the horizon, and I think relatively unknown as to what they really are. So today we're going to start off with, I passed out some numbers. If you have numbers in front of you, let's get it started. Number one.
Hey Jim, it really says that. What is this HECM thing that FHA's offering?
Well, HEMC, or the Home Equity Conversion Mortgage, is a product that the FHA offers, which enables people to withdraw some of the equity from their home. It's used mostly for older Americans, and it provides them with a supplement to their income that Social Security may not be meeting, or if they have unexpected medical expenses. Number two.
Jim, I've heard reverse mortgages for years now, but what exactly is a reverse mortgage?
Well, it's a special type of home loan that lets you convert a portion of your equity in your home into cash. The equity may be building up from years, over years and years, and the mortgage payments are actually paid to you. You don't pay payments to the bank. However, unlike a traditional home equity loan, you don't ever have to repay the loan until the home sells, or you stop using that loan as your primary residence. Reverse mortgages can also be used to purchase a primary residence, provided you have cash on hand to pay the fees associated with the lender's fees, as well as any other closing costs for the property that you're purchasing. Number three.
I am 60. Do I qualify?
Sorry, Gordon, you're not. You don't. You're not, and you don't. To be eligible for this program, FHA requires a homeowner to do these several things. Number one, you must be at least 62 years of age or older. And if you're married, the youngest spouse must be 62 years or younger. So if you have someone who's 70 and someone who's 60, they're married, they don't qualify either. You both have to be over the age of 62. Also, you have to have either a low mortgage balance that can be paid off with the proceeds of the reverse loan at closing, or also have the resources to pay the property taxes and the insurance as you go on. Lastly, you must use the house as your primary residence. It can't be an investment property that you get this kind of loan for. Number four.
I currently have a conventional mortgage. Do I qualify?
Well, Chris, you do, but I don't think you're old enough. Good move.
You never know.
It doesn't matter what kind of mortgage that you're in now, even though some people have a misconception that you must be in an FHA program in order to take advantage of this FHA program. That's true. Not true. You can take advantage of this program regardless of what type of mortgage you're in now, or if you don't, even if you don't have a mortgage, which is probably the most optimal way to do these types of deals. Number five.
I live in a duplex. Do I qualify?
Well, it depends, Archana, in your duplex, whether you live there or not. And the rule is that these types of loans people are eligible for these loans if it's a single-family residence, or if it's a 2 to 4 unit home, a duplex or a quadplex. But one unit has to be occupied by the borrower. There are other FHA or HUD approved rules that Mark mentioned with condominiums and things, those condo rules also apply to these types of loans. Number six. Number six. Somehow we lost number six. Well, what number 6 said was, oh my gosh, my parents have died, and do we have to pay this loan back? Well, it's a little more confusing than that, actually. When the loan is never really paid back. What happens is when the home is sold and no longer used as a primary residence, the cash, interest, and other finance charges are then repaid, but they're typically repaid through the sale of the property. These types of loans have complex formulas that are used to try to ensure that the lender never gets upside down, as a lot of borrowers have done in our country over the past 10 years. So they use that formula to typically make sure that as time goes on, there will always be enough equity to pay the bank off, and then once the bank is paid off, if there's any remaining equity left over, the folks who are their heirs get that equity just like they would if they sold the property and paid a loan off on a conventional loan. Number 7, 007 actually.
How much ka-ching can I get?
Well, that's also a very complicated formula. I'll tell you, if you want to look more into this, almost every single lender that does this kind of loan, you can just Google reverse mortgages, has the computer. You can just download the computer or the formula, and you plug in certain aspects of it. Number one, the formula is based on age, the formula is based on current interest rates, the formula is based also on the amount of equity that you have in the house, and a couple other factors. And what you do is you plug all those different things into the computer, and the computer spits out and tells you how much money you can get out of this deal, which is usually enough to allow the bank, as I mentioned earlier, so that the bank is pretty much assured they're going to get paid at the end of the deal, regardless of whether the full loan is drawn or not. One of the nice things about these types of loans are you can get the loan and you can do it almost as a home equity loan. You don't have to take the money right away. You can set up the loan, do the loan, and you don't have to draw on it if you don't want. There are different kinds of programs within these reverse mortgage programs. So it's this complicated formula, but you don't have to draw it all if you don't need it, and you can draw when you want it if you want to, and that's it. I think that's the end of my program here. And just to let you know, I'm new to this. We have a wonderful lawyer who is a member of another Dogwood team. Her name is Kim Jackson, and she is the lawyer that we've hired for our firm and is doing these types of mortgages on a consistent basis. Also, there's been a lot of press about reverse mortgages, whether they're good, not good. I think it just depends on who you are, and I would advise anybody who's interested to do it to secure a lender that has good reviews for doing them, because there has been a lot of misdeeds associated with some of these reverse mortgage programs. Also, I would advise you to check out a person like Chris Perez or a financial planner or advisor to make sure it's the right thing for you. I'm Jim Coyle with Mosley